Thank you, sir. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Shafina. I represent UNODC Global Maritime Crime Program. At Global Maritime Crime Program, we recognize that no single entity can tackle maritime challenges alone. We build on existing strengths, align efforts, and provide targeted support through connectivity and partnerships. In this presentation, I will cover our scope of work, our priorities and engagements in the maritime domain awareness in the Indian Ocean region. One of the operational assessments that we have recently undertaken with the Global Program on Criminal Network Disruption is the organized criminal network linked with drug trafficking in the Eastern Indian Ocean region. The study looked at the modus operandi of organized criminal networks and the trends of drug trafficking in the Indian Ocean region. It showed that organized criminal networks operates hierarchically with individuals or networks at the center of operations. And drug smuggling is mostly transactional, carried out through a series of patron-client networks, with other modes such as freelancing and family and community-based networks evident. The involvement of the local population is both pull and push factors driven. Profit motive, patronage, protection, poverty, addiction, street masculinity, involvement of family members, peer influence, and social media influence continues to dominate them. And ethnic, national, family ties foster trust, loyalty, and promotions within these trafficking networks. On analyzing the drug trafficking networks, the study showed that the ability of new elements to enter the market depends on various factors, including gang power, socio-political connections, new entrant adaptability, and institutional response. An increase in the trafficking of synthetic drugs and a rise of local consumption were reported as factors that are likely to impact the current market dynamics. It is also identified that there is a deviation towards the lesser patrolled areas in the southern part of the Indian Ocean as criminal networks continue to adapt to the enhanced maritime enforcement in the Indian Ocean region. The maritime route holds the largest share of illicit drug trafficking in the Indian Ocean region, especially larger consignments, but there has been a noticeable rise in the share of air routes and postal methods post-COVID-19. Our priorities and efforts are shaped by the need to find effective solutions to these challenges. It is our global mandate to ensure suspects are prosecuted, underscoring the message to communities worldwide that crimes at sea will not go unpunished. And to do so, we support the entire criminal justice chain from prevention, deterrence, detection, interdiction, investigation, prosecution, adjudication, detention of those involved in the crimes at sea, and lastly, international judicial and law enforcement cooperation as maritime crime is transitional in nature. Despite the vital economic activities in this domain, where 90% of the world trade occurs at sea, and 99% of the world's telecommunication data travels through submarine cables, maritime issues often remain out of sight and out of mind for many. This invisibility has turned the maritime space into a fertile ground for criminals who exploit these obscured waters to advance their illicit objectives, highlighting the urgent need for dominant maritime domain awareness in the region. As you see on the slides, these are the type of crimes that we encounter, some being threat to security, such as piracy, terrorism at sea, some linked to safety, such as migrants smuggled by sea using unseaworthy vessels or drugs smuggled in the country, and crimes in the fisheries sector and crimes that affect the marine environment. So how could we better detect these security threats at sea? Could you please help me to put up the video?
What is MDA? MDA stands for Maritime Domain Awareness. It is our capability to understand anything associated with our maritime domain that affects our society, safety, economy, and the environment. How do we sharpen MDA and what does GMCP do about it? By supplying equipment and training, we are fostering crucial data sharing among various law enforcement agencies. One of the key elements of Global Maritime Crime Program is to enhance the capacity of maritime law enforcement officers in terms of digital technology to transform raw data into actionable intelligence. We leverage cutting-edge surveillance technologies and detailed training programs. For example, GMCP is collaborated with Skylight. Skylight is a web-based technology which allows the analysts to identify potential threats at sea. And when it comes to detecting suspicious vessels, our toolkit is extensive. We provide satellite imagery and sophisticated detection equipment like underwater drones and unmanned surf vessels for persistent surveillance without the need human intervention. Collaboration is key with regional information fusion centers such as IFC-IOR in India, RMIFC and IFC Singapore, and conducting joint operations. We strengthen bonds and enhance collectively security. It is difficult for one single agency to counter any issues related in the ocean. So it is crucial for multi-agency approach. Ultimately, MDA isn't just about situational awareness, but also helps in gathering real-time and historical information. It is about securing evidence that upholds the rule of law at sea by meticulously tracking maritime activities. Together, we not just watching the waters, we are making them safer for everyone. Maritime domain awareness is our watchful eye in the ocean.
Thank you. The video highlighted our approach to maritime domain awareness in the region, and we carry out this function through connectivity and partnerships in the maritime domain through a regional mindset. Our focus is based on evidence-based operations with a regional perspective, technology-driven capacity building through partnerships, ending impunity through regional expertise in the legal finish approach, and supporting the existing regional architecture. Our evidence-based operations include carrying out several assessments and operational studies, which informs our capacity building programs and provide technical support to member states. We conduct several maritime domain awareness assessments with input from government and communities. These assessments include evaluation of risks, threats, capabilities, and gaps in maritime security and governance. We also carry out legislative assessments to identify challenges and opportunities to harmonize legal frameworks across the region, ensuring consistency in prosecuting maritime crimes. Our operational studies, including the most recent publication on organized criminal networks linked with drug trafficking in the Eastern Indian Ocean, helps to analyze common patterns of maritime crime and modus operandi of organized criminal groups to guide joint responses. We also conduct gender assessments to assess the gender dynamics in the maritime sector and integrate inclusive policies into our guidelines. We are also undertaking development of regional guidelines and standardized operating procedures to enhance regional cooperation in MDA operations, ensuring interoperability among member states. While evidence informs capacity building, technology-driven initiatives remains a core pillar in strengthening capabilities. We support establishment of national information fusion centers and facilitate mentoring and capacity building opportunities. We have also partnered with IFC-IOR to expand regional MDA training. In this regard, we have co-hosted a regional tabletop exercise in December 2024, aiming to tackle crimes at sea and strengthen maritime security. We have also partnered with private providers, including Sea Vision and Skylight, to provide MDA equipments and training to enhance regional capacities within the region. We also encourage use of such technology beyond navies and coast guards through our training programs. With evidence guiding our operations and technology driving our capacity building initiatives, the key to ending impunity lies in translating detected crimes into legal finish. GMCP offers a comprehensive training catalog, including the integrated training package linking MDA operations, VBSS techniques, crime scene investigation, and simulated trials, ensuring successful prosecution of maritime crimes. We also host an annual prosecutor network forum with Indian Ocean West countries to share legal expertise and good practices, strengthening regional legal cooperation. The Judicial Colloquium brings together judges of the Indian Ocean for an extensive dialogue to promote harmonization of maritime legal frameworks across the Indian Ocean region. Among the many national and regional maritime law enforcement dialogues and forums also include Southern Route Partnership, providing a coordinated platform for national drug enforcement agencies and international partners to work together. Existing regional architectures play a key role in fostering coordination among member states. At the Global Maritime Crime Program, we support our alliance and efforts to strengthen this cooperation. We have partnered with Bay of Bengal Program Intergovernmental Organization to implement the Regional Plan of Action on IUU fishing among its member states, integrating a criminal justice approach to fisheries-related crimes. We also support the IORA Working Group on Maritime Safety and Security, aligning efforts with their work plan to reinforce community and collaborative maritime security initiatives. Our efforts are in line with BIMSTEC and Colombo Security Conclave to support implementation of maritime security work plans. We also work to enhance regional knowledge sharing and coordination through regional coordination centers and information fusion centers, including Regional Coordination Operations Center, RCOC in Seychelles, Information Fusion Center in the Indian Ocean region, IFC-IOR, Information Fusion Center of Singapore, Maritime Regional and Information Fusion Center in Madagascar, and TIMAC. These existing regional architectures play a vital role to support our efforts to build the capacity of member states in countering maritime crimes. Thank you for listening to this presentation. The UNODC Global Maritime Crime Program remains committed to working with the member states and regional bodies to combat maritime crime in the Indian Ocean. Through navigating together, enhancing connectivity and partnership, we build on the Maritime Domain Awareness strengthening workforce. We reinforce the power of collaboration, strengthening coordination, sharing expertise, and uniting efforts to secure our shared waters. Thank you.